Welcome to Career Growth Made Easy, Episode 12. Today's episode is, Are You Complacent? Before we get into the content for this week, I want to apologize to my listeners out there because if you know I've been releasing podcasts weekly on Mondays, last week was a miss. I have to tell you, I didn't know if I had the flu or a severe cold or what, but I completely lost my voice the night before recording, and it was a rough couple days. Back to our episode, Are You Complacent? What exactly is complacency? I think it's a feeling of being too comfortable, which could lead to apathy, which is a lack of interest or a lack of enthusiasm when doing something or working on something. While this is a show about personal and professional growth, you have to wonder, what does complacency have to do with it, right? As I mentioned, I live in Central Florida. We recently had a cold spell. For us, a cold spell is getting near freezing. Sorry about it if you're buried in snow or if you regularly have ice storms if you're in different parts of the world. For us, getting close to freezing is rough because we're used to warm weather. The other day, on the way to work, my tire pressure warning light came on. My TPMS, Tire Pressure Monitoring System, light came on. If you know my regular route to work, I pass a gas station or two, and some of them even have free air. But I went by the gas station on my first day, and I said, I'll get to tomorrow. Then, day 2, another day passes by. I'll get to it later. Guys, being real with you about this, I didn't take my own advice. I think it was from episode 5. It was, What's in Your Junk Drawer? If you've listened to it, you know the show had a double meaning, right? The question was, first, what's in your physical junk drawer, on your counter, in your drawer, maybe even in your garage, that stuff that piles up that really doesn't have value. But then the second meaning was your mental junk drawer. All these activities and to-do lists and tasks lists pile up in your head, and you can become or feel overwhelmed with it. So I literally failed my own advice because I started saying I'll get to it tomorrow. So I just wanted to be honest with you on that. So a third or fourth day goes by, and I finally stopped to the gas station and got my free air. Well, you know what I found out? All 4 of my tires were low on air pressure. It wasn't just one. And they were 6 pounds of pressure low, each. They should have been at 32 pounds, and each of them, as you figured, were at 26. Formerly, I was an automotive engineering professional, and I took this situation as a learning opportunity. 1, I didn't follow my own rules. Rather, I resisted my own advice. And 2, I became complacent. Like before, I mentioned being comfortable with things. I became comfortable with my vehicle status, and even though I was a car guy, it took the TPMS Light for me to see there was a problem. Upon further research, I learned that the TPMS Light is required to come on if your tire pressure is 25% over or 25% under the proper pressure. So in my case, tires should have been at 32 pounds of pressure. If they go as much as 8 pounds or more below or above, then the light's required to come on. So that would have been 24 pounds in my case, just doing some quick math, but mine came on at 26. The fact is, when tires are low in pressure or have uneven pressure between them, becoming over or underinflated, they wear more quickly, they can create an unsafe condition, they could cause decreased steering capability, braking, or even handling issues. And even if your tires are just a few pounds low, forget about the 6 pounds like in my example, you're not getting optimum gas mileage and they will wear out more quickly. The bottom line, what things, what people, what processes do you take for granted in your life? It could be your personal life or it could be your professional life. Complacency makes us feel comfortable, and maybe we start to forget about things we should challenge, things that we could improve, and we just take things for granted. And in some cases, we take things for granted that aren't necessarily good for us. Could be negative situations or problems. Oh, that always happens, or so-and-so never does that right, and we become complacent and accept it. This could be our chance, through this learning experience for me, to talk about that and challenge what's out there. So take some time today, potentially right now, and decide what changes you might like to make in your lives when it comes to complacency or apathy. I know I'm going to. And if you want to think about it, that really is being reactive, okay? We should be proactive and take leadership, take charge in our lives. If any of you have ever had your service engine soon light or check engine soon light come on your vehicle, that's usually after a problem has occurred or is occurring. Imagine if you did regular maintenance on your vehicle, how much of that you might catch and potentially keep the cost down, for example. We shouldn't wait for that light to come on and then react. Let's review our lives and see where we might be complacent, getting too comfortable, and see if we could switch things around. Maybe challenge ourselves and make some changes out there. Lastly, I wanted to thank several of the ladies down at the local Great Clips because they have just been outstanding supporters for us. Kirsten, Jen, and Bobby. You guys, keep up the great work and look forward to your feedback. This has been Craig Ansell for Career Growth Made Easy podcast. We help you turn problems into potential and issues into opportunities. Please subscribe, and if you know anybody that has some challenges in work life, performance, career growth areas, please share this with them. We're here to help. God bless. We'll talk next week. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe to our channel. New episodes every Monday. In the meantime, why don't you follow us on social media at Craig Ansell on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. To book a coaching appointment, download our free guides, or join our email list, check out the links in the description below.